Let's start rolling down onto your backs. The first thing I want you to do is find out where you are with your pelvis in relationship to the floor. So we often start class like this with a little pelvic tuck and then a little pelvic arch. And as you rock forward and back through your pelvis, very gently, I want you to feel how the spine shifts its position in relation to the floor. So as the pelvis goes down, you might feel the lower part of your back lifting up. As the pelvis tips forward, you're going to start feeling your low back press down into the ground. So we're just sliding and gliding like a rocking chair, forward and back, going through these two very extreme postures, right? So after you've done a few of these and kind of warming up our hip sockets, you're going to find neutral, where you're no longer tucking, you're no longer arching, you're somewhere right in the middle. And so if we were to do a check through the front, it would be that the palms and the fingertips, creating kind of a diamond shape, would be flat here across your lower abdomen. Now, here, let's take just a few deep breaths, inhaling deeply, filling yourself like a balloon, and then when you exhale, I want you to sort of pierce your lips, and I want you to shoot the air like a stream, a very direct stream of air straight up to the ceiling. So here we go. We take a deep breath. You exhale. Take that stream of air up, 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 and actually exaggerate that stream of air, like squeeze it out until there's absolutely nothing left. And then you take another breath. Inhale. And then we exhale. Stream of air all the way. And start to feel how the exhale sort of cinches your waist together. One more time. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. How long can you exhale? You should feel the hugging of the abdomen, the corseting of your abdominals, your obliques, and your transversus, and your rectus abdominis, all of it sort of coming towards your midline. Okay? So we're going to repeat that and think about that throughout the session, about how we use our abdominals like a corset. All right, so let's start with a little knee fold. With our knee folds, I want you to maintain your position through your legs, a parallel position. I want you to take your arms down into the floor so that you're bracing your arms down into the ground. Let's take the right leg and float that up. Here in this position, you're going to feel like, that your spine's changed a little bit into the floor. That's fine. That's great. So you're going to feel a little more anchored now through your whole trunk. Let's pick the other leg up. Inhaling, exhaling. And now we're just going to do a simple piston, taking one foot down towards the floor, pick it back up again, take the other foot down towards the floor, and pick it back up again. So we'll do this about, 6 or 7, 8 times, and down to come up. The abdominal wall continues to draw in. I'm trying to keep my trunk and my core as still as possible, which is why I'm actively pressing my arms down into the ground to help hold myself in place as I take one foot down at a time. My breathing is synchronized with the movement of my leg. So I'm doing my best to inhale to take the foot down, exhale to bring the foot back up again. Okay, now we're going to squeeze both legs together, right? Because I think that was way more than 8. Now, I'm trying to create a nice 90-degree angle at my knee and at my hip. Now, press your arms into the floor. Really brace downward. We'll take a deep breath to inhale. The feet move away from you. Exhale, the knees come back up. So I only take my legs as low as I can really feel like I can maintain my core and my trunk being stable. So as soon as I feel like my back wants to pick up off the ground, I have to stop moving my legs away from me and bring my legs back to me. Exhale to bring the legs up. Inhaling to take the legs down. Exhaling to bring the legs up. So the more you squeeze your legs, the easier the exercise, the lower you probably can take your legs. Yeah, so try that. Really squeeze those inner thighs together, and then exhale, bring both legs up. Now, creating and maintaining that 90-degree angle at the knee, which it's hard for me to actually see because I don't have a mirror. We're going to take the knees over to the right, but you're doing your best. You're using like your third eye, your inner mapping system to try to feel where you are in space. Inhale and then exhale. So similar to the double leg lower lift, we are now doing a little twist. So I'm holding my knees together quite tightly. I take my legs over to a 45-degree angle. I pause. I'm going to check and make sure that my knees are level. I'm going to kind of lift my my right hip up a little so that my knees are matching, and then I come back to center. Now I go to the left. Actually, that's my right. If any of you know me, you know that I'm like right-left dyslexic. So we're going to take the top knee and you're going to reach it just a little bit higher. So that means I have to kind of lift my butt here a little and then come back to center. Inhale, take it over, and then take that leg and try to square out your knees. There you go. And then over, and one more time. All right, so you can keep doing this, or we can add a little bit of extra movement here. You're going to squeeze your legs together, hold them tight. Now, as my legs extend, I have to draw my belly down away from the reach of my legs. Bend the knees, return to center. Inhale, exhale, extending, draw the abdominal wall down. Bend the knees on an inhale, exhale, come back to center. Inhale, we're twisting. You exhale, you're extending, but the belly's pulling down in opposition. Then you bend the knees, and then you come back. So every movement has a part of the breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, let's do that to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Take your time. Inhale, exhale, and return to center. All right, so now we're going to do a little repetition, okay? You're going to bring your hands behind your head. You're going to hold your head up. You're going to curl your upper body forward. So I'm taking my elbows and closing them just a little because I want to kind of pick up my shoulders off the floor. We're going to do the little piston single leg thing again. All right, so we're curling forward. So you have your upper abs and your lower abs working at the same time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now stay here. Squeeze both legs together. Try to stay up as high as you can. We're going to lower both legs and then lift both legs. So you have both hands behind your head. I just am talking to you, so I decided to put my hand down here at my belly so that I can really kind of focus on belly dropping down as I curl forward and my knees come up. Again, I only take my legs as low as I can stabilize and stay organized through my trunk. And then I rest, head goes down. Pull your knees in, give yourself a little circle, a few times to the right. I'm really using my arms, not my legs here, so I'm not doing this, but I'm really using my arms to circle and then go the other way. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, so we're going to start now with a little bit of the Pilates vocabulary, which is the hundreds. So we're going to start with the legs going straight up to the ceiling. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Let's start with the legs straight down to the floor. All right, so with your feet flat under the floor, your legs are hip width apart. We'll take the arms long. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, pick your head up. Look at the pelvis and make sure again that you're flat, playing field here, football field. And you're going to lift those arms up off the floor and we're going to start to pump the arms. You're pumping pretty vigorously. We're going to inhale for 5 pumps. Exhale for 5 pumps, and we'll take a total of 10 breaths. I'm going to already say we've done 20 if you've been doing this along with me. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Keep pumping. And keep curling. The more you can curl forward, the better. You have to imagine that you're actually trying to sit up the whole time. One more time, one more breath. Let it all out. And then put your head down nice and easy. Let's roll the head to the right, roll the head to the left. Inhaling and exhaling. Draw the right knee into your chest. Give it a little tug. All right, I'm going to scoot back a little bit so I have a little more space for my leg. You can extend the leg onto the floor here. Take a deep breath. Let's bring your hands underneath your knee. If you're more comfortable with your knee bent, keep your knee bent. Otherwise, extend that leg out. Let's extend the foot or the knee and then come back. Inhaling and exhaling. So I'm holding my knee pretty close to my chest. So I'm adding that little bit of a challenge because I'm holding using my arm strength. You could also be with the leg way out here, right? It's actually okay if your leg doesn't completely straighten. If you're like this and you're feeling a big stretch, great. In fact, everybody should just stop here for a minute and let's do a flex and a point. Flex and a point. And then we will circle. Let's do 5 circles in one direction and then 5 circles in the other direction. Okay, and then we hug that knee in again. All right, so I'm going to shoot that leg out on an angle, a little bit away from me. And my leg that's on the floor, I'm going to call that my standing leg. I'm going to press that standing leg down into the ground. Push the arms into the floor also. We're going to cross the leg over the body, circle it down around, and bring it up. Inhale and exhale. Abdominal walls drawing down. Inhale, exhale. I'm making like a circle on the ceiling. Then we'll reverse it. I'm going to erase the circle that I've painted on the ceiling. So I have to reach my leg out and I have to reach it across because I really want the inner thigh to be quite active in this exercise. My standing leg continues to press downward into the ground. I'm going to say that this is my last circle, number 5. And then hold that knee in for a moment. And we'll just pull the other knee in, shoot that leg out. Need some more space. All right, so holding underneath the knee. We're going to stretch the leg up and take it down. Stretch it up and take it down. Stretch it up and take it down. Now holding that leg, maybe with a slight bend, you're going to flex and point the foot, working through the ankle, and then we'll circle 5 times in one direction. And then 5 times in the other direction. And you're really trying to move at the ankle, not at the knee. And you're also watching that foot and trying to encourage it to make a circle and not a square. All right, let's take that leg away. Speaking of circles, we're going to do single leg circle. So the arm goes down, press the arms into the floor. It's going to help brace and keep you still in your upper body. We cross the leg first over your midline, circle it down around and come up. Inhale, exhale. So right now my circle is the size of one of those inflated donuts that you take rafting. Yeah, I'm not that big. But I'm also not tiny. I'm somewhere in the middle. And then come around and do the other way and cross over. Inhale, exhale. And I'm imagining that my foot can paint on the ceiling. I'm reaching that much. And then hug that knee in. Give yourself a little tug. Take a deep breath here. We're going to use this leg to help bring us up to a sitting position. So push with that leg and come on up. All right, so very good. Let's go for rolling like a ball. I have to fluff the hair. All right, so rolling like a ball. You're going to make sure there's nothing behind you and hold on to your knees. Let's start here. You also could go straight into rolling like a ball in this position. Those are your two options. I'm going to start here. I'm going to tip my pubic bone to lead the roll back, and then exhale to come forward. So I'm trying to maintain the roundness and the little tininess of my bowl as much as possible. So I really actually have to use my arms to hold myself tight. Bring your hands to your shins if you want, and we take the legs, or we take the roll back and forward. Again, inhale, exhale, we'll do 3 more. Inhale, lift the pelvis, exhale, and you're rolling to your upper back. You're not rolling onto your neck. So keep your head curled forward. Don't look backwards. Keep your ears turning into your knees, like your knees were earmuffs. And then exhale. All right, so now we're going to do single leg stretch. So you want to make sure that you have space in front of you. We're just going to roll down onto our backs, but here's how you're going to do it. You're going to grab the right leg, left hand to right knee, right hand to right ankle, and then extend the leg, and then push this leg, the right leg, up into the air to help you roll down slowly. Now stay here. Hold this for a minute. You're going to press your legs slightly up, but pull down slightly down with your arms. Draw your belly down. And now we're going to switch. Hold it. Press the legs slightly up, pull slightly down with your arms, draw your belly in, hold it. And then we'll switch. And we'll switch. We'll have a little rhythm here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, switching. And then we're going to exhale, both knees in. Double leg stretch. We're going to do a simplified version today. Arms and legs go straight up to the air. And then arms and legs just fold back in again. Right? So curl up. Make this simplified version all about curling up. And then come back. Arms and legs up. Arms and legs back. Arms and legs up. Arms and legs back. Keep curling forward. Arms and legs up. Arms and legs back. Last time. And then pull it in. Put your head down. Look to the right. Look to the left. Bring your hands underneath your knees. Come on up to a sitting position for spine stretch forward. For spine stretch forward, we take the legs just a little bit wider than your mat surface. I want you to feel where you're sitting. I want you to feel that you can sit real tall on your sit bones. If sitting like this is a challenge for you, I would roll up your mat and then sit on your mat like this. Or if you have a book or a yoga block, that's also quite helpful. All right, so flexing your feet, pulling those toes back. We start with the arms shooting straight out in front of you. Let's drop the head down, and you're going to imagine that the top of your head is going to come down right between your knees. I'm reaching dynamically out through my arms, but my head continues to go straight down towards the knees. I'm not leaving where I'm sitting. I'm not leaning forward, and I'm not dropping back. I'm staying right over my sit bones. And then here, I'm going to use my abdominal wall to draw it back and up so that I can stack my vertebra like building blocks, one on top of the other, until I'm back to my starting position. Drop the head down, let the head be heavy, let the spine bend, let the arms reach, let the spine bend, let the arms reach, take a deep breath, and then roll up, stacking the vertebra like building blocks, one on top of the other, until I've come up to my sitting position. We'll do it one more time. I'm purposely going slow because I want you to really feel the bend of the spine, and I want you also to be able to have a few breath cycles as we go through this. Because with every exhale, I'm hoping that you will be able to find a deeper bend. And then roll up. Filling, extending, lifting. Okay, now we're going to open the arms out to the side for an exercise called the saw. We're going to twist to the left, or to me so that you can see me. The back arm is going to come down around, the palm goes up, the front arm goes forward. Hand is going to like saw off the baby toe. Drop your head towards your knee, take a deep breath, and start to roll and spin your spine around just a little bit so that your gaze can go underneath your shoulder, and then you can imagine that you can press your arm just a little bit higher and then come up. We'll go to the other side. So we twist, drop that back arm down to go up, front arm reaches past the baby toe. You're going to rotate and keep lifting your back arm, and then try to sit evenly on both hips and then come back up again. So that as I twist my rib cage, I'm not twisting my hip bones. In fact, I have to counter twist just a little bit. Drop your head down towards your knee, rotate. Keep rotating, take that back arm up. That front arm, reach it past the foot. Don't hang on to that foot. Pull the waistline in, sit evenly on both hips, and then come on up. Change sides, take a deep breath. Back arm goes down and up. You stretch forward, back arm keeps lifting, keep rotating, and keep reaching forward, and back arm keeps reaching up. It should feel a little bit like a seesaw. And bring your arms down. All right, it's time for the swan. Your legs come together. You're going to turn yourself over onto your tummy. Your legs are going to shoot out. Your hands are going to come directly underneath your shoulders. So you have an option of having the legs together or slightly apart, whatever makes you feel better here in your back. Okay, so hands are propped like elbows up off the floor, like little grasshopper legs, foreheads on the floor. We'll start by reaching the crown of the head forward, reaching the toes back. So I have two directions energetically being pulled. And as my crown of my head reaches forward and my toes reach back, I start to pick up my head. And I start to pick up my eyes and my gaze. And I pick up my spine as high as I can without really using my arms. And then I'm going to slowly lower down using the triceps. So my arms are working like a car jack. I'm going to stretch forward. I'm going to use the back muscles, my extensors. I'm going to reach my toes in opposition to the crown of my head. And I'm going to lift a little bit higher by pulling my tummy in. And then I use my arms on the way down to slow me down. We're going to do that again. Crown of the head reaches forward, toes reach back. I come up as high as I can with barely any arm pressure. I start to pull my abdominal wall up, and then I push down with my arms maybe 10%, and I keep lifting my chest, and I keep my gaze forward. I'm looking at the horizon line. And then I use my arms, I keep reaching my legs back, and I bring myself all the way back down again. I'm going to use my arms to pick myself up to go into child's pose. Reach the arms forward, drop your body forward. Take a few deep breaths here. And we're just going to roll on up to a sitting position. Thanks for moving with me today. I'll see you next time.